Antoinette, so good to see you. I'm glad you're here chatting with me. A couple questions for you in this time of reinvention, as I've been talking about a lot. So, question for you is, how have you reinvented your business for yourself and just as your business?
Well, thanks for having me on, Andrew. That's a great question. As you know, I lead the Veterans Legal Institute, which is a nonprofit law firm in Orange County, California. And reinvention and reflection has definitely been a topic at hand given the global pandemic and the lack of being able just to go through our natural routine. So we've definitely had to reinvent individually as well as an office and staff of 15 people and over 200 volunteers a year. We've had to put in some significant thought into that particular question. So the first thing that we addressed was communication, right? Every business needs to communicate with their clientele. In our case at Veterans Legal Institute, we work with a clientele that is low income, homeless, at risk, disabled, mentally ill. So the level of communication that we need to reach is a little bit higher than perhaps your average client at a private law firm. We really want to touch our clients, let them know that during this time of pandemic, we're still here, we're still fighting for them, we're still advocating for them. We haven't forgotten about them. Mind you, a lot of our clientele are at higher risk for homelessness and suicide. So from a non-legal standpoint and just as an advocate standpoint, we are making more phone calls, more Zoom calls, checking in with every single one of them. So usually in the law office environment, you can see them when they come in or they walk into a clinic. It's easier, but now given the times and heightened sensitivities, we're trying to be more mindful of our clients' mental health along with their legal situations.
I love it. I've always been so fascinated with what you've done with the veterans and just how you present yourself and how you help so many people. So it's phenomenal to hear you say that. And this is the time to make those changes and reinvent. Second question to that is, how do you feel like your clients or just people in general, how should they reinvent themselves from a legal standpoint right now?
Awesome. Well, again, because we're working with a distinct population that does have some underlying mental health issues, financial issues, a lot of them are in crisis. The first thing I talk to people about is reinventing their perspective. So even before we get to the legal issue, it's kind of, what's your day like? What are you doing? What's the silver lining to this pandemic? Are you spending more time with your children and happy about it and bonding more with your family? Or are you just frustrated that you have to homeschool? So there's that. Once we get past just the idea of gratitude and how to view your day with a positive attitude, and from that comes forth, I think, more happiness, we go on to the legal issues. And the fact of the matter is that in the county of Orange, the state of California, and throughout our nation, the legal scene is changing sometimes daily. Courts have closed, record centers have closed, DMVs have closed. All of this is affecting our caseload. Clients who had hearings no longer have them. They're getting pushed out. We don't know when the courts are going to reopen. So with all of the unknowns and the uncertainties, we've had to really help adjust our clients' expectations of how we're going to move forward in their perception of their case and the strategy. So we've had to reinvent a little bit our expectations and learn how to navigate the uncertainty instead of with stress, with a positive perspective and saying, here's what we have right now, here are the tools, here are the resources, and here's the information. And we're going to move forward with that and be satisfied with that for the time being, because that's all we have. It's a global pandemic. It's unique and novel to all of us. We're navigating it the best we can, and we're communicating with our clients as much as we can to keep them afloat, happy, and with a generous perspective.